This interview is brought to you by our friends at Waggle. Waggle is a golf term, so their origin is obvious. But, like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say, wow, this was made for me. Because, really, it was. Waggle's biggest sale of the year is live right now. Hats, polos, pants, shorts, jackets, flannels, socks, everything is 30% off. We pulled together a list of our all-time favorite products, so make sure you shop the link in the description.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel. We are back covering NHL hockey. We are back covering the Minnesota Wild. So welcome back here for another Wild watch party. The Wild host the Jets here in St. Paul de Grand Casino Arena. And Jesper Wallstedt actually getting the start here tonight up against Connor Hellebuyck. Both teams tee up at center, and here we go. If you guys are new to the channel, smash that like button, subscribe. We'll get a poll question up here, and we provide you with live play-by-play commentary, reaction, and of course, live interactions with all you amazing folks in the chat. So get your comments in the live chat as well. Here come the Wild up through center, but huge hit to clear the slot, and Minnesota able to get the puck back at the blue line. They hold the line, but Winnipeg already thrown the body around. What's up, Hoptics? Absolutely murder the like button. 19-17. Nice pass by Zuccarello. Shot. Tried to find a tip. Couldn't find Kaprizov on the back door. Hughes to Yurov. Back of the blue line. Yurov over the top of the circle to Hughes, who's on the wall. Kaprizov. Blue line. Kaprizov goes back and to the left side and shot from Faber. Nice block shot by Winnipeg. Unable to get it past center. They change up a couple of their guys with the Wild. Again, great pace here to start the game for the Wild. Hughes sends it on the left side. Shot from the slot, and there's a glove cover by Hellebuyck, who made the initial save. 18:32, and a lot of energy so far to start this one. Look, the Hughes Bowl didn't go the boys' way, all right? The Hughes Bowl didn't go the boys' way, so let's see a good showing here against Winnipeg, a team who's been struggling this season before that road trip starts. Spot check, well deserved, in my opinion, better than Jiricek. I mean, I haven't seen him at enough at the NHL level to say he's better yet, but I think he's great, and I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see Lambos as well get a little bit of time. 18-20. I'm happy to hear that Jiricek and the Wild are on the same page as far as like development, though. That's always a good sign. Yes. 1808. All right, Mr. Fortune Teller. Fired a nickel. 17:55. And nice hit by Boldy, but unable to retrieve the puck. And here come the Jets, only to dump it in, and they change. Luke Hughes is auto-centered on Minnesota Wild. No, he's New Jersey Devils. How's everybody doing this week, by the way? Almost at the weekend. Almost at the weekend. One more day. One more day. 17:26. Shot on net and puck loose in front. Didn't seem like Hellebuyck knew exactly where it was, but batted away by the defenseman. No. I did back in the day. I don't have time to play fantasy. I watch way too much combat sports. Oh, Scheifele. Nice job getting it. Oh, what a move on the right side, but great back check, and was able to poke that away when reinforcements came. I thought it was at first that Wallstedt might have poked that, but dude, Scheifele's the only snub for Canada for me. And look, I love Bo Horvat, and I think Scheifele on the team, Bo Horvat should have still been an extra, but he's the one where I'm like, ooh, that's the only one I was surprised. Maybe snubbed because of how deep Canada, the States are in particular. Like, I don't know if there's any true snubs, but that one raised my eyebrows. But yeah, when I had the Stick and Rink podcast and radio show back when I was in college, we had like a fantasy. We ran a fantasy league, and it kind of morphed into a segment on the radio show, which was a lot of fun. I think I got kicked out of another one, but we don't talk about that time. 16:33 shot again from outside, but good save by Hellebuck and some pushing and shoving in front of the net. Already almost 5 minutes in here. Pitlick, a little face washing going. Getting good start so far. Blocker save. Trennan was in front. Jones gets in front. And fourth line getting it on net. What they got to do. Hell yeah. Like, I don't play fantasy. Like, I've never played fantasy football or anything, which is on like a whole other level, but it's pretty fun. So what I did in high school optics is, and this is probably why I didn't play enough. Wild win the faceoff, by the way. Shot doesn't get through. Is on like hockey HF boards. There was like a few guys actually from Vancouver. Funny enough, we learned that. Jets dump it in, but haven't set up yet. They ran a sim league. So like you had to kind of like apply to get into the league. Like they didn't really have any funny business. It was kind of like the same people. And they straight up like had guys who would like, Trennan in with speed, but he gets laid out at the circle. And the Jets are going to try to set something up as they cross the blue line, but Wild making it difficult for them at center ice, and they're going to reset. But yeah, so someone would basically sim the game and update stats on like a forum, but like it was almost like a social media page. And you could make trades. You had mods who like allowed the trade to go through. The way the draft worked was like your prospect, if your second and third would add points to your prospect. So you only got like one player to add to your roster every year. And then the people who did the work, it was crazy. It was absolutely insane how much work they had to do. Because they literally had to manually edit the roster of after all these trades and then sim games with that new roster while we were just on the computer and had to make sure our page was up to date and shit like that. So those were the good old days. But fantasy is like that light. Hey, what's up, Hockey from Home? Good to see you. Good to see you. Go Wild. No snowstorm. It rained today, though. Funny enough, and then froze. Yeah, shit's fucking crazy. Do you see Trevor Zegras score with the phone gesture? That was nice. That was nice. I love how he says because that's how quick Anaheim hung up on him. Good to see you, Tanner. All right. Wild win the faceoff. And they pressure the puck into the offensive zone. Good job by the Jets retrieving it. Single effort. Dumped in. Faber goes into the corner to get it. Hughes there, some reinforcements. All right, there's some freaking checking, Hughes. Let's go. Faber escapes with it, but only for a moment. Johansson loses it. Hughes, beautiful pass up the right side. Johansson, shot, side of the net. Boldy in the slot, waiting for it. Shot back around. Hughes there to retrieve it. Sends it back. Boldy with a shot. And, dude, that went through. Great save by Hellebuck, honestly. Well, Hellebuck's had to be sharp so far, guys. Holy. 6 shots to none. Came out ready to play. They need this one. They need to start off this next little stretch well. Jets with it behind the net trying to send it around. Tried to pass cross ice, bounced off a Wild player, still end up with it though, and couldn't get the shot off in the slot. Hughes with a good defensive play. Kaprizov at center. Backhand. Zuccarello loses it, but the Wild get it back. Hughes with it. Looks like he's just going to dump it in. This is the A-League. What's up, sis? 13:55. Middleton looking for the breakout pass. Sends it to center, but that's broken up. And does that go out of play or was that just off? Anyways, first TV timeout, 13:38. What? Black Shama on the chest, I see. Oh, back channel. I was like, wait, what? I was like, who's he dating now? All right, yeah, first TV timeout, guys. Still 0-0. Wild basically pressuring, setting the pace. Jets playing pretty good defensively. Hellebuck has made a couple good saves. That one from Boldy, I don't know how he saw that. It wasn't like a I don't even know if the shot would have gone in, but it was on net from afar. So I'd say one of the only big gaffes was it Scheifele? Yeah, Scheifele, who had a partial break anyways. And he's super dangerous. All right, I need to get a poll question up. Bacon burgers, let's go. Let's go. I picked up some beef bacon. I'm excited to try it. Wild minus 135 to win. I'm surprised they're not. I guess they're a wee bit injured right now. So Eck not in the lineup, man. I think they're over 50%. I think this season, they're over 500 with Eck in the lineup, and they're I think actually Brett talked about this yesterday on Wildly Informed, and they're significantly worse without him, and it shows. He's such an important piece. Spotchik's brother looks exactly like him. That's hilarious. I literally thought that was just I don't know why. I was like, oh, that must have been him just checking out the rink earlier. Nope. That was baby bro. All right. Face off right in front of the Winnipeg bench. $13.31. Spurgeon to Middleton. Back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon up the right wall. And that puck's going to hit a stick and go out of play. Honestly, pretty much have the face off in the same spot. Yo, how about Rick Bowness coming back to replace Dino, by the way, chat? Oh my God. I fucking love Rick Bowness because he was an assistant coach in Vancouver during when the Sedins dominated, from 2009 to 2013. I don't know if he was there throughout all that time, but he was there for some of their key runs and big teams, so I just love him. 13-10. He's the 1C at the moment. Who do you think the trade is going to be? I talked about that in full on yesterday's podcast, Wildly Informed, so go check that out. I think I don't want to know who the center is going to be if they make a big trade this season. Because if I have rumblings, I feel like it's not going to be big enough. We want the big fish. We want the out of left field, holy fuck, just got Quinn Hughes type of trade. Now, the question people should be asking me is, do you think they should give up Wallstedt to get that piece? And I think he's the only way you can get that piece. But if they're going to settle for somebody else, I like O'Reilly because they don't have to give up the last of the farm. Winnipeg now coming up the left side. Out of those available right now. I think he's still got some dog in him. And he was a Minnesota Wild once. He just never hit the ice. 12-11. Wild come back left side behind the net. Trying to find someone in the slot, but nobody there. And Hughes is going to have to skate all the way back down the ice. Coming on March, the Ottawa Senators acquired defenseman Luke Hughes from New Jersey Devils. I don't think that's enough, buddy. 11:54. I don't think Luke Hughes is going anywhere anytime soon. Here come the Wild. Boldy. Big hit up against the boards. And the puck's going to trickle all the way back down the ice. No icing here. Good job by the Jets, able to win the race. But Wild get the puck back. Jets, man, not a single shot on net yet. They're playing good defense. The Wild maybe, kind of like in the last game, just aren't 100% on their P's and Q's offensively. But out there, the Jets are playing super physical, able to get the puck back, but just can't gain the zone or hold the zone. 10:55. Wild back with it again at their blue line, able to get it back. 10:44. And they dump it in. Wild still with it. Behind the net. Oh, trying to find his man up front. And this is going to go up and out of play. Yurov looked like he was friggin' trying out for the Twins there. Hey, batter. Foligno now getting returning the physicality. Man, I've been loving I've loved Trennan's play, but I've been really loving Yurov's play as of late. I think he's one of those guys where it's like it's going to take him a year or two before we see the fruits of the labor. But like he's going to end the season with what, around 30-ish points? Hopefully, knock on wood, but that's what he's at, around 16, 17 right now. Right? Hold on. Yeah, 16 right now, 40 games. Like Kaprizov with it up through center, loses it. There's that defense again, just going man to man here are the Jets. While they're able to hold his own, Middleton. But a rookie, despite the rope he's been given, nice retrieval there by Johansson of all players. Winning the one-on-one battle in his zone and allowing the Wild to tee up here. And here comes Kaprizov on the right side with speed. Drops it. Johansson. Oh, nice pass. Hughes. Hartman. But yeah, I mean, around 30 points for a rookie season. Yeah, okay, that's not superstar shit coming in, but fine by me. Oh, Kyle Connor with some speed up the left side. Shot. Tried to spring someone in front. Maybe made a little too fancy of a play there. Especially over 10 minutes in, you don't even have a shot on net yet. That shot goes wide. Jets still have it. Jets finally, this is the first time the Jets have been able to set up in the Wild zone this entire period. Blue line. Scheifele, top of the circle. Morrissey tried to spin out of it. Hartman, great work on the corner. On the wall. And Kaprizov knocks this one away. Kaprizov still has it. 1-on-3, though. 1-on-3, trying to find somebody, but got his pocket picked. Here comes Winnipeg again. 2-on-4. Did you see the Minnesota Twins hat with the Cincinnati Reds? C is adding an A letter. TC means Twin City. Oh, no, I didn't see that one. I'll have to look it up. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I think the Twins have cool branding, cool logo. I love the baby blue jersey. And the logo complements that well. 1840. That's right, Nino. Battling behind the Minnesota Wild net. Puck comes out. Left side. Here comes Tarasenko. Cross ice pass through center. Foligno dumps this one in, and they're going to change. Up the right side. Wild get the puck back. 3-on-2. Shot. What a save. Rebound backhand. Unable to get through, but the Wild still have it. Back to Middleton. Shot. No one could get the tip. Shot again. Sharp angle shot. Big check to send. Who the fuck went down there? To send Ben Jones down. And Hellebuck with a beautiful save. Man, the opportunities are there. The opportunities are there. We go to our second TV timeout. 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Good pace so far. Good pace so far. Yo, shout out to Melissa. Yes, repping back channel. Always. Always. I'm actually going to pour myself a little bit of the Soviet savior here in a little bit. So there you go. There you go. Maybe I'll even just play that video during the intermission break. I think I might. All right, I got to get a poll question up here. All right, you know what? We were talking about Yurov. Let's make it Yurov. Will Danila Yurov hit 30 points? Hey, shout out to my Canadian brother. I am, yes, in Minnesota, but I'll say this. Out of all the Canadian teams, Winnipeg's one of my favorites. Let's go. From out west originally, so Vancouver's my team. I know. What a horrendous organization right now to be a fan of. But always love rooting for Winnipeg. Hey, what's up, Endless Bane? Sorry I missed your comment. I don't know why some of these came in late and they just popped up on my screen, so my apologies. I'd rather have Wally than Gus. Knowing Wall is likely traded makes me feel immeasurable pain. He's arguably, though, the most valuable trade piece that you have to be able to get that. You know, it's like, do you want to go? I didn't think we talked about this yesterday too on Wildly Informed. So guys, go check it out. It was a great conversation that Brett and I had about it. But it's either, are you confident with your group in the offensive department in the playoffs, where if some of your key guys go down, that you know, the depth can get it done? Or are you like, I would way rather have the two goalies, which is a perfectly valid argument as well. So we'll see. Again, not a bad problem to have when you have options, but unfortunately, you know, they don't have much left to dangle if they want to bring in a big piece. Good to see you, by the way. Nolan, do you know? Yes, Nolan, I do, because I'm a hockey fan. Crazy how funny Armin is. He is funny. We can use Brodeen to get us up. There's no way. No, sorry. I can't. No, dude. We can use Brodeen. This ain't 5 years ago, Brian. This ain't 5 years ago. Nobody is giving up a big haul for someone who can't stay healthy. Exactly. You just said it. Kid sense. So who in their right mind is trading for someone who can't stay healthy? Man, 5 years ago, when he was playing more than 70 games a season regularly, or at least 70 games a season regularly, definitely had value. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. When he's healthy, he's a great player, but value is not just, you know, he's this good when he's healthy. If you're not, you know, no team's going to invest in someone who can't play. And tripping call here on Foligno as he goes into the bench. Another one here is Winnipeg. Sorry, I'm reading chat, trying to catch up on chat there. Winnipeg was actually on the power play coming back from the break here, and now they're going to go down 2 men here with Boldy and Foligno. And that was, not a good penalty to take here by Foligno. Obviously, to put yourself 2 men down. What's up, Samuel? Well, he's not going anywhere unless they try to bring in a big fish. Hell yeah, dude. 6:30. Winnipeg. Still has it. Little triangle formation here by the Wild. Good stick. Good stick. Plus 400 is not bad for little Vladdy. Little Vladdy action. Morrissey. Oh, and he couldn't get the shot off on the right side. Logan Stanley couldn't get the shot off. Connor the cross and through the crease, rebound, goal for Jonathan Taves. Bam. Jonathan Taves puts it home. I don't think he does. I think he's one of the few guys who don't. Why does Spot Check brother look exactly like him, right? No, sis. It is not. Weird thing to write in a chat. All right, 5:33. $42 seconds remaining on the Jets power play. Good job by the Wild in the first part of this period, but those back-to-back penalties, man, put them down 2 men, and the Winnipeg Jets were able to capitalize. With only 2 shots on net, they're up 1-0. 22 seconds remaining. Boldy, by the way, still on the ice upon coming out of the box. Yeah. I had a similar reaction. All right, last rush here for the Jets on the power play. Coming out of the box here is Foligno. Oh, backhand pass in front, but actually trickles off the skate of Hughes, who's defending him. And the Wild get the puck back. They send it through center. Trickles back down to the Jets defenseman. And the Wild are going to get a change. 4:16. Hughes sends it around the boards. Jets there. Tumbling, though, and puck. Oh, that was terrible. Puck was right on the Wild stick, but they lost it. Slot, left side, rebound. Able to get it back to the blue line. Foligno sends it around. Hughes unable to control it. Jets with some momentum here. Scheifele back to the blue line. Shot doesn't get through traffic, but the Jets still have it. Behind the net. Hughes. Scheifele. Kyle Connor back to the blue line. Shot. That goes left side. Through center. Shot. Deflected wide. And what is this? A power play? The Jets still with it. The Jets weren't able to control play at all in the Wild zone. Pretty much all period until the power play. And look at them now. 3:11. Wild tumbling, falling all over the place. Just out of sorts right now, man. And the Jets doing their best fucking Henrik and Daniel Sedin impression right now. And oh, what a shot from the left side. 2:51. Jets. Oh my God, they're moving the puck so well. And a shot from the blue line. Volstead finally able to cover this one up. And the Wild are able to get a change and breathe. And FanDuel's like, yeah, we can go to a freaking commercial now. 2 minutes and 46 seconds. And this is a textbook Minnesota sports style game right now, ladies and gentlemen. Winnipeg leading by 1, trailing 11-4 in shots. We're having such a hard time gaining the Wild zone, setting up anything at all in the Wild zone pretty much until the Wild took those 2 penalties. And then after that, man, 5-on-5 still moving the puck out there very well. Good job with the defenseman, able to deflect most of those shots. I think only 2 or 3 hit the net, but still. And yeah, just a couple more minutes left in the period. Okay, there you go. Only 2 shots, but still. Only 2 shots got through. All right. Let me get back to this poll question. Will Danil Yurov hit 30 points this season? Yes. No. More. Boom. Hit up the poll question. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, no, or more than 30. Oh my God, the Hell's... I don't actually know who produces that song, but I hear that song. I think Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, Spotchik actually having some good shifts here, man. Wild win the faceoff, but can't control it. And the Jets are able to dump it back in. And we're going to get a whistle. 2:35 remaining. How much time has Spotchik played so far? Wild win the faceoff, but puck is forced down, pressured down into their zone corner. Winnipeg with it, tried to set up his man in the slot, and a nice save by Volstedt. Spotchik, 4 minutes, man. 4 minutes so far. Just as much as Spurgeon. Is this UFC? Spotchik is plus. He's probably not going to score. Rookie defenseman making his NHL debut. Highly unlikely, although watch me say that, and he's going to do it. I would say Vladimir Tarasenko getting a goal is way more likely. I mean, obviously the odds reflect that, but he's a forward at least. You know what I mean? It's worth a $2, maybe not a $5. Next season, 2026-2027, Ottawa Senators will unveil the red jersey. Ooh, okay. I like that one. The Alfie jersey. Oh, shot. Pass back to Kaprizov. Got a piece of it, but Wild still have it in the corner. Back to the blue line. Forced out, but Hughes there to settle things down. Jets are able to change. Hughes springs Kaprizov back to Hughes. Hughes able to hold the line. No, he can't. They're going to have to retreat back to center. Hughes, Kaprizov. A little lazy pass back to Hughes there, and here come the Jets able to intercept. I mean, they never replied, so I think so. $102. And I was going to stream this morning, but it was on too early. And you know what? One championship's now on earlier. It's on at fucking 5:30 a.m. for me now. Went from freaking, was it 6:30 or 7:30 a.m. to now fucking 5:30 a.m. So right after this game, I'm going to bed. Hughes to Boldy. Boldy can't cross the line. It's the Wild are looking like the Jets did in the opening 10 minutes. Wild pushed the pace early, but weren't able to score. And now they haven't been able to get a shot on net since that freaking power play. Hopefully they can regroup going in to the break here and come out strong for period number 2. Nice backhand opportunity by Jets. Rebound and score. Oh, man, that's even worse. That's even worse. The old dogs, too. Tanner friggin' Pearson, the former Canuck. Hughes sends it up the boards, hits someone in the corner. Nobody in front there, and he hits his own rebound. The initial shot saved, and yeah, right back up. No one was there. No one was there. The initials, I mean, it was a beautiful right pad save by Volstep, but nobody on him. Nobody on him. And that's 2-0 for the Minnesota Wild. Or sorry, for the Winnipeg Jets. Hey, Ryan Carter is saying it, man. This is looking like that New Jersey game. This is looking like that New Jersey game. Good start. Good start. And then shit just absolutely hits the fan. And I would argue that the start of this game, the first 10 minutes, were even better than the friggin' start in New Jersey, despite at least finding some offense. Face off with 4 seconds. Shot. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. From the slot, and that's 3, man. That is 3 on 9 shots. 1 second remaining. Morrissey gets it. Oh, well. Damn. How do you regroup from that? Beautiful, beautiful. Right over the... looks like right over the shoulder. What a shot. Honestly, did this tip anything? Oh, it looked like it just went friggin' right corner, man. And that is it for the first period. Woo-hoo. Wow. Wow. Up 11 shots. They take a penalty and then another one. Winnipeg gets one. Winnipeg gets another one with just a few seconds left in the period. And then literally with 4 seconds off the faceoff to the slot, down 3. And what's crazy is the start to this period, the first 10 to 12 minutes, they look better than they did in New Jersey. Or at least they were holding the Jets only in the neutral zone and their own zone and able to at least get some things going early. Is it October again, for fuck's sakes? How did the Wild take this to OT? I mean, score 3 goals? I've seen enough pull Wally. I mean, I don't think all of that is Wally's fault. Especially the second goal was not Wally's fault. He made the initial great save. No, Faber wasn't on Pearson. He should have been on him so he couldn't get the second rebound. I think if one more goes in and it's like from the outside, then sure. But I'm not saying they won't or they shouldn't, but I'm not blaming Volstad for that at all. Friggin' penalty kill. Like think about it, Brian. Think about it. Let's not be rash here. Down 2 men. You really blaming Volstad for that one, right? And then the second one made the initial pad save. Nice pad save. His defenseman not there on Tanner Pearson to get the rebound. That last one, sure, probably should have got it, but also nasty shot. So I'm not blaming him at all for any of that stuff. While get booed off the ice as they should. Yeah, the 2 penalties, that's one thing. They only gave up 1 on that, but yeah, the last 2 there, especially that last faceoff. You can't allow that to happen. You can't allow that to happen. So tough sledding for this team to crawl back, especially when it looked like they were given everything they had in the opening frame and weren't, like, opening frame as in like the first 10, 12 minutes, weren't able to capitalize even one. Like this feels a lot worse if they at least scored one early before the freaking, Foligno's penalty to make it 5-on-3. All things considered, Spacek's actually not playing that bad. Didn't get maybe 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Didn't look horrendous even when he was caught out there on that 5-on-5 just pressure and cycle that the Jets are putting on them after the power play. But other than that, things aren't looking too good, man. Things aren't looking too good. What a way to start the period. And what an even crazier way to end the period, guys. Let me know your thoughts. We're going to check back in the poll question. We're going to check back in with the poll question here. There's not really many goods because we talked about how good the first part of the period was. I mean, I like the way you're always playing thus far, but I mean, I'm just grasping for straws at this point. The boys need to reset and come out here, honestly, doing what they were doing early because they were doing a lot of things right. They just weren't rewarded. And then some not so good decision making and some bad positioning defensively, especially on that rebound, because that initial save by Volstead was really nice, but especially on that rebound, has sunk them a little bit. Oh, and Damon Hunt's getting interviewed by Kevin, and he is not happy. So he's asking, what do you got to do mentally to get back where you need to be? Yeah, they did hold the Jets to 0 shots in 13 minutes, and he's just saying reset and do what we did early. He says, I still feel like we're in this game. We've been playing really good until the penalties. And yeah, and Hunt's playing with Spacek. Now, he only got just over 3 minutes, and he said they've played together in the minors, so familiar with each other. All right, well, there is from Damon Hunt. We're gonna quickly go to a break here. I'm gonna grab some Soviet savior. Let's see if that helps. Let's see if that helps here. We're going full green here tonight. Holy. Yeah, let's take a quick break here, guys. We all need it. And you guys refill your snack bowl, refill your drink. And for those who are sticking around, we will leave you with a excerpt from the most recent Fellowship of the Rink episode where myself and Joe Smith talked to Michael Russo, who had a lot of great things, a lot of great tidbits, some good news, some bad news, but talked a lot about what he projects the directions, or at least the vision for this team moving forward. Ridiculous rebound in the second goal. Feeling like the Minnesota Mild right now. What's up, Bryce? I honestly turned it off after the second goal because of how it started and turned around in a heartbeat like that. It was hard to watch. You know what? Sorry, Bryce. You know what, though, Bryce? It turned around for the Jets real quickly. So, I mean, this is hockey. Anything can happen in this sport. 3 is not the worst. Obviously, lead to have to come back in, but they're going to have to be on their P's and Q's. If the second period, put it this way, if I wasn't streaming this and I was just watching this casually, I'd give the second period a chance. Again, they did hold the Jets to 0 shots for 13 minutes. The Jets couldn't even get into their zone. Really, the Jets only had one good shift offensively. Defensively, they were fine, right? They were able to keep the Wild from scoring, and Hellebuck made some decent saves. It wasn't until they had one good shift and then the penalties where momentum really shifted, and then it was really bad for the last 4 minutes there. But this either goes two ways. It becomes really competitive again. The Wild probably score first in the second, and then then we got a game. But if the Jets score quickly, then that's when maybe we all get an early night's sleep. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you, by the way, Bryce. The Chicago Blackhawks 2025 Winter Classic jersey is indigenous. That is cool. Their jersey today is still arguably indigenous, but yes. I know what you're saying. I did see it. Look cool. Hey, what's up, Peanuts? Let's go. Yo, shout out to our friend Peanuts, our Finnish friend. Huge hockey fan all the way in Finland. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here. On the other side, we'll be back for play-by-play coverage of period number 2. Let's see if the Wild can come back, or at least come back in this game a little bit. And in the meantime, for the next 2-3 minutes, we will leave you guys with an excerpt from the most recent episode of Fellowship of the Rink. I will leave the link in the chat here so you guys can check it out later, as Russo had a lot of great things to talk about. So on the other side, back with more play-by-play coverage for the second period. In the meantime, listen to Michael Russo talk about your Minnesota Wild. Joining us again is your Minnesota Wild and NHL insider for The Athletic, Michael Russo. How's it going?
Hey, how are you, Isha?
Doing great, doing great. Man, a lot going on. A lot we're going to get into here today. And, I mean, Olympics right around the corner as well. But let's always start with the Minnesota Wild, Joe. Where should we begin?
Well, this is the longest road trip you've ever been on, Mike?
I mean, with the Wild, I guess you could say I've been on longer road trips for like the Olympics and man, the last couple of years on playoffs, I think I was in town a couple days in 2 months, but I don't know. There was something about the last couple of days of this road trip that's why I was actually so impressed how they came out in that final game against the Kraken, because you know, I was ready to get home, so I can only imagine how the players felt, and it just felt long. 7 games, 14 days. We almost wish that final game against Kraken was like a day earlier. We had to sit there for 3 days in Seattle, but you know, they to come off a 4-1-2 road trip, and it would have been an exceptional road trip if they could just win a couple shootout games. You know, they obviously performed really well. That was kind of a real pivotal point in the season.
What was the best part and the worst part of the trip for you?
The best part was actually the access. You know, Joe, you and I talk about how lucky we are at the Athletic that we get to go to, you know, every single game. There are just so many beat writers around that don't get to do that just because of the situation financially at a lot of outlets, and especially here in this town, right? I mean, you know, the 2 newspapers don't even go to every single game, and the access really allows you to get to know the players. I mean, that game, that practice day in Seattle, Sarah McClellan, who was there with the Star Tribune, and I mean, we shot the breeze with players for probably 45 minutes in the locker room. I mean, just talking with Zuccarello and Kaprizov, and, you know, it was just from that standpoint, it was probably good. You know, the worst part is just wanting to get home, right? I mean, you know, we all have our lives here and things to do, and you know, that was probably the toughest part. But, you know, when the one thing I'll say is, and that's what's been, you know, you always say as a beat writer, you don't care who wins and loses, but it definitely makes it easier when the team is good. It makes it more fun to be around. The players don't look at you as the enemy. They don't cringe every time you walk in the locker room, or at least they hide it better. And you know, I think that's what's been real fun about the last couple of months of this team, is that they've just been a delight to be around. You know, the players have been great to deal with. The team, the you know, Coach John Hines, Bill Guerin, everybody has just been made it easier, because, you know, wins and losses determine everything. It's, you know, we always talk about how good the Wild room is, but things can turn on a dime when you're losing. You see that, you know, like just being in New Jersey's room yesterday, you know, they're a team that everybody says they're falling apart and things like that. Then they have a big win, and you walk in that room and everybody's delighted and they're all getting along. And when, you know, same thing with the Rangers right now, you know, they're all looking at each other saying they're fragile. They're relying too much on the four guys to make a move to fix things, rather than looking in the mirror. And you know, I'll just listen to guys like Zibanejad and Miller and Schneider after last night's Rangers loss. But it's not like that room was terrible. It's just right now when you're losing, there's schisms, and And so it just makes it easier when they're winning. So to be on a 14-day trip, if they were 0-7, I once covered a Panthers road trip where they were winless in 8 straight games. That was 19. Everybody could go back in that 97-98 season. They actually had a 15-game winless streak and a 13-game losing streak, if I remember, in the second half of that season, in that 97-98 Panthers season. And we went on a Panthers road trip where I believe they went 0-5-3. I can't believe I remember it. And my God, and it was separated by the All-Star game in Vancouver. I can't believe I remember that. But I do remember, like, you had 5 games before the break, then they had 3 games in California after the break. They didn't win any of them. And my God, was it just a war. I remember I turned the corner in Anaheim after the break, and I did my midseason report, and I gave Brian Murray an F in both coaching and GM. So it's 2 separate
double duty.
And I turned the corner. You know the Honda Center, right? You got the hallway that goes by the Panthers room or the visiting room, and you got the hallway at the end that goes by the Ducks room, and it's one long hallway, and there was no door in between. Now there's a door in between. And from the entire, I made a left turn by the Ducks room, walked all the way to the Panthers room, and from the entire, God rest his soul, because I love Brian Murray, but from the entire walk, he was mother effing me the entire way down. And that's when I knew that road trip needed to end right there. And unfortunately, we had 2 more games in LA and San Jose after that.
It's funny you mentioned like how different a room is based upon winning and losing. And Mike, well, just like 2 months ago, it was like Marcus Foligno saying they were mild.
What's a rub off means?
How much do you learn from that?
Oh, okay. I used to see.
This interview is brought to you by our friends at Waggle. Waggle is a golf term, so their origin is obvious. But, like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say, wow, this was made for me. Because, really, it was. Waggle's biggest sale of the year is live right now. Hats, polos, pants, shorts, jackets, flannels, socks, everything is 30% off. We pulled together a list of our all-time favorite products, so make sure you shop the link in the description.
And we are back alive here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for more Minnesota Wild and Winnipeg Jets coverage here. Leading the game right now are the Winnipeg Jets 3-0. And what a crazy period, because for the friggin' first 13 minutes, the Winnipeg Jets couldn't even get a shot on net. They gained the zone, 2 or 3 times. They had like one opportunity. Scheifele had a shorthanded opportunity, which was good. But realistically, they had such a hard time getting into the Wild zone. And the Wild just kept pressuring them, kept the pace going, and had 11 shots on net before the Jets had a good shift, had a good cycle. Volstedt made a save. And then back-to-back penalties, 5-on-3. Boom, the Jets score. It's 1-0. In the final minute, in the final 30 seconds, boom, the Jets score another one. Good save initially by Wallstedt, but no one there to help him out and help control the rebound. And Tanner Pearson was able to put that one home. And then with 4 seconds off the face-off, Morrissey with a cannon, bro. So I would say maybe 1 out of the 3 Wallstedt. You can maybe blame him. 2 out of the 3, nah. And goddamn, do the Wild need to score early, man. They need to set the freaking scoring pace early. Quinn Hughes is the face of the Minnesota Wild. He's quickly becoming. I mean, he's so good that he'll be a face wherever he goes. But I think it's still Kaprizov's team, but he will, if he signs, especially being an American, he'll definitely be one of the faces for sure. All right, guys. I usually don't do this midweek, and I got to wake up early tomorrow. But Shout out to our friends at Back Channel Brewing. They still got bottles of these available. The Soviet Savior. We did a collaboration with our friends at Back Channel Brewing. As you can see, logos on it and everything. It's an Imperial Stout. It's amazing. It is their 2025 Soviet Slayer Imperial Stout aged with White Russian coffee. Just gives it a nice, almost like vanilla touch, but not aggressive, not super sweet. It is awesome. So hopefully that can help turn things around for the boys. Pens versus Flyers. Good rivalry matchup. Good rivalry matchup. How's the game so far? It's weird that like, Giroux is not there because it was always like him versus Crosby for a while, but all right, here we go, guys. Period number 2. And we are off. I do not speak the Russian, my friend. But good to see you. Kaprizov, Yurov, Tarasenko. We love the boys. Trenyan. And I wish you guys were at the Olympics. Jonathan Taves in a fucking Jet sweater just blows my mind, dude. All right, face off in the Jet zone to the right of Hellebuck. .1930 and Jets are able to pressure or push this back into the Wild zone. D has it. They send it up into the neutral zone. Jets push it back. Faber, cross ice. And here come the Jets. Not clean. But they're able to send this into the zone. They change. Middleton with it up the right side. Middleton pressures this in at the blue line now, and Yurov poking at it. It goes up. Yurov with it. Boldy. Boldy behind the net. Middleton sends it back to Boldy. And Kyle Connor now with it for the Jets. He sends it up. Nobody there on the left side. Quinn Hughes is washed. I don't think you watch the sport of hockey, my friend. 18-12 or 18-20. But Winnipeg's having a really good game. Morrissey buzzing. Beautiful shot and goal. Down low. Connor tries to hit I follow up front, but covering is Volstedt. How's it going, Enza? Flyers can't score. Got some good momentum in the middle of the second period, but otherwise mid-Pens are power play merchants. All right, Hunt out there on the ice. Face-off, won by the Wild. Spacek out there with Damon Hunt. Wild with it through center. Lose it to the Jets, but able to push them into the Jet zone. 1754. Good poke by the Wild, pushing it back in the Jet zone. Luke Evangelista from Nashville Predators is the future Pittsburgh Penguins. 1743. And another Pens power play. Damn. $17.43. There's a funny ad. Oh, shot off the face-off. Almost the exact spot where Morrissey scored his goal, but a good save by Hellebuck. And a hooking call on Winnipeg. Looks like the Wild are going to go up a man. Luke Shen, who actually used to be Quinn Hughes' defense partner when Quinn Hughes came into the league in Vancouver. Let's take a look at it here. Yeah, in front of the net. On Foligno. All right, this is huge. This is huge. 17:37 on the clock. Face off to the left of Hellebuck. And the Wild lose the face off. Trying to keep it behind the net. Wild get it back, send it to the wall. Back to Hughes. Hughes up the wall. Blue line. Kaprizov. Center. Shot by Zuccarello and a nice glove save by Hellebuck. Same unit will stay out there. I will say Hellebuck's mask is sick. Sick mask. Not a bad shot there by Zuki. No way. Are you neutral when it comes to that game, Peanuts, or do you follow one of the teams in particular? Or are you just like, I live in Finland, so I watch NHL hockey when I can, in a one-timer by Hughes, but unable to put the rebound home or the Wild. Hughes still have it. Left side, top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Hellebuck. Rebound cleared, and Hughes is going to have to go for a skate here as Wallstedt slows it down. Hughes retrieves. Hughes drop pass. Kaprizov tried to go back to Hughes, but unable to take that pass. And here comes Kyle Connor. 2-on-2. Great job getting in the passing lane by the Wild. 57 seconds remaining on the power play. You're a New York Islanders fan. Let's go, Stadium. I love Bo Horvat. I'm so stoked he made Team Canada. Kaprizov with it. Redirected. Nice save by Hellebuck. Back to the Jets, and this is going to go back down the length of the ice. 34 seconds. Wild. Half change, I think. They're able to hold the zone. Back to the blue line. Hughes. Johansson. Back to Hughes, top of the circle. Hughes, cross ice. Shot by Kaprizov. That doesn't get through. Yeah, neutral kind of like Tampa and Wild, otherwise don't really care. They're kind of like Tampa and Wild, otherwise don't really care. Nice save by Hellebuck. And that will do it for the power play. Great opportunities by the Wild, but opportunities don't mean shit when you're down 3-0 if you don't capitalize on them. And at full strength here are the Jets. But another opportunity by Tarasenko, but the puck wasn't out. Or the puck just misses. Stick there, puck back to the blue line. Faber shoots, gets it through, and Hellebuck has to make the save, so we're going to have a whistle. Jeez. It's a freaking massacre there right now. That's worse than what's going on in this game. Oh, it looks like Hartman actually taking some damage here early. 15-14, shot 16-10 for the Minnesota Wild. Off the face-off, Wild with it. Shot, score! One-timer in front of the net, and Danila Yurov. I did say I liked how he looked despite the collapse in the first period. I liked how he looked in the first period overall, and I'm very happy to see that he is awarded the goal in this game. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Perfect position, took the pass. Let's go, and he gets the crowd going. Vote in the poll question, by the way. Vote in the poll question. I said, do you think Danilo Yurov hits 30 points this season? That's a big goal for the young man, too. In it. All right, what do we got? 57% of you say yes. 35% say no, and 9% of you say more than 30. He is now 17 points on the season. Assists, Middleton and Tarasenko. Absolutely need him to get on the rushing gas. Hey, I will be happy with 30 points from him this season. And I think next year, a little bit more comfortable. Just with everything, just how the NHL works to start training camp. Man, I think he could hit 50. I mean, and I don't think that's I think that's a good expectation to set for at least his second year, and then hopefully pops up from there and becomes that player that we saw in the KHL, which he's got some dog in him, which I like. Let's go, baby. 1444. And we all said that they needed an early one. Didn't score on the power play, funny enough, but kept that momentum. And now they only trail by 2. 19 shots at 10. I was going to say, they're slow to, FanDuel's slow to updating the shot count here. But I'm slow to give you guys updates in real time. So there you go. He's a big menace. Oh, wow. Dachshund? Yeah, that's a big... How old and how big so far? Those are big dogs. 1406. Shot by Faber. He keeps this in. Jets with it. Neutral zone. Able to slide past a couple guys. Dude, Kyle Connor, he's just so good. He's so good, man. I know everyone, I don't know, maybe put a bunch of Jets above them when, they were in their peak, but, Ehlers in particular, but, I always thought Kyle Connor was an absolute beast. And just so much quicker than every time I watch him, I'm like, oh yeah, he's so fucking fast. 1327. He played in North Dakota, right? Faber gets it to center, but no one really holds on to it as the Wild complete their change. Michigan. Never mind. Oh, he played with Confer and Renski. Damn, that was a stacked team. I don't know why I thought he played in North Dakota. Canadian of me. And Zuccarello with the trip now, and the Jets are going to go back on the power play. They still have it, so they're going to have a rush here. Up a man as Hellebuck is already on the bench. .1233. And unable to even get a shot off, but here come the Jets on the power play. Now, they were able to score in their last power play, but that was up 2 men. That was 5-on-3. But just after Yurov scores, the Jets are going to go back on special teams. We're going to go to a TV timeout here, though, quick. It's my favorite jersey in the Olympics. That's a good question. Probably Latvia or Sweden. Latvia or Sweden. I like just like the blue USA. And Canada's not going to... Canada's are fucking ass, man. Canada's best jersey is this one. Hold on. Canada's best jersey is... Oh, it's... And look, and I don't even think this is even close to a hot take. I think you ask any Canadian and you put all just the monstrosities that they've been fucking hauling out. Wait, why can't I share this? The monstrosities that they've been hauling out here recently. And I think everyone would go with this one. Wait, why can't I share it? Why can't I share it, chat? Hold on.
So now you can decide how biggie you want to go, which is kind of beautiful. I'm not condensating, you're condensating. more Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Monday.
It's weird. This program that I stream on, it lets me share some images, but other JPEGs not so much. So it's a good thing we're in a TV timeout right now. Oh, I will share it with you guys here. I will share it with you. Rice and salmon. That's friggin' Yurov's diet. Let's go. And maybe a little gas, but we'll see. I wonder what the tariffs are on the Russian gas right now. That's the real question. 212. By the way, your guys' comments for me aren't coming in real time, so sorry if I missed some of them. As you can see on screen, they're showing up on YouTube first, so I'm just going to keep YouTube's tabs up. Latvia's was cool. Germany's somewhat reminds me of the old Vancouver's 80s jerseys. Yep. Do the Stars are the best NHL jersey? I don't think so. Canada's are awful this year. What's up, Big Bear? Been a minute, back with my usual positive attitude. All good, all good. My favorite New York Islanders players, John Tavares and Matthew Schaefer. No, like a sausage dog. He's like 10, but just can't stop running around. They're pretty long, aren't they? Team Italy has Bauer brand, just like Team Canada. Oh, their Team Italy's also Bauer. $43 seconds remaining in the Jets' power play. Honestly, not a bad kill for the Wild here. They're holding the Jets to only one shot. $10:54. And the Wild able to poke this one away. Next TV timeout, I'm just going to do a quick refresh. Yeah, he's a long boy. And then maybe that way I can see chat coming in the program here. At least the qualities remain good from what I can see. That's good. Oh, and there's a shot by the Jets, and they score. Is that Logan Stanley? Volsted's complaining about interference here. But, I mean, this looks like a good goal. Yep. And there's another one by the Jets, ladies and gentlemen. 4-1 and right back to the 3-goal deficit halfway through the period. Just a freaking clapper. Interference. Who? Nah, no. Dude, Logan Stanley's fucking huge. Well, 4-1 now for the Jets. My goodness.
Oh my God!
Beautiful shot, though. Beautiful shot. Do you think the Sabres are finally going to make it to the playoffs? I think they're going to tease it this year, but no, I don't think they make the playoffs. But like, wow, look, they actually can play some good hockey. 10 minutes on the clock, and the Wild are down by 3. Again, shot on net. Wild get back the rebound. Minnesota gets tangled up. The puck hit the skates of his own teammate in front of him. Turnover. Shot by the Jets. And Volsted's going to make the save. Volstad been getting lit up lately. I think 2 out of the 4 goals he probably could have saved. I think the rebound that Tanner Pearson got in, I mean, he made the initial save and it was a great pad save. There was nobody there to get the rebound. And then like the 5-on-3, what are you going to do? But not looking too good given that he got the start in the last one too. Yeah. I'm still like, I'm not blaming him for this game necessarily, but it's tough now to go down by 3. But if we see another one quickly, then that's no bueno. Then that's no bueno. All right, guys, give me 1 sec. The Wall of St. Fraud. Again, I don't know how the Stanley goalie should have had. Yeah, again, far. I know you want to critique him, Brian. Locked and loaded already, but again, I don't think he's 100% the reason why they're losing this game. Okay, give me 1 sec, chat. Give me 1 sec.
This interview is brought to you by our friends at Waggle. Waggle is a golf term, so their origin is obvious. But, like you and I, their roots extend well beyond the tee box. Waggle is rooted in early mornings on the water and late nights around the campfire, in lacing up the skates, and in casting a line. These hobbies and passions are what inspire their team daily to create apparel that makes you say, wow, this was made for me. Because, really, it was. Waggles.
Okay, I think that fixed the issue. I think I might be able to even fucking share the image now. Yes. Still can't share. That's so fucking weird. I don't know. Whatever. That is the least of my issues. Last 4 games have been tough. Okay. They should get ready to pull him, and I wouldn't disagree if they pull him right now. Again, I don't think he should be pulled personally, and I said this, I wouldn't mind if they did, though. I wouldn't make the decision. I'm not an NHL coach. I'm, even as a fan, not calling for it right now. I think 2 out of the 4 he could have saved. All right, 9:38. We were back at it. Put Fleury in net. Winnipeg. They bring it through. Behind the net. Losing it. Hughes unable to hold it. Good job by the Jets. Tipped in the slot. Saved by Volstedt. In the corner. Hughes able to separate the puck from his man. Reinforcements come in, send it back to the blue line. Dude, I want Fleury in net for friggin' Team Canada. Oh, Hughes picks his man pocket. Hughes. Oh, and a sprawling Hellebuck able to get Hughes off of his skates. Hughes talking to Hellebuck here. Patrick Kane joined the Winnipeg Jets to reunite with Jonathan Toews together. I don't think Patrick Kane is coming to Canada, let alone Winnipeg. Fleur would either save every shot thus far or be in the same position. There's no in between. And you know what? That's what I love about him. Binnington at the Olympics will be interesting. I'm terrified. I know he did good in the 4 Nations, but and the Jets are going to go back on the power play as Sturm takes the penalty. Uh-oh. And the crowd is chanting, "Ref, you suck." 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. What the hell happened? Oh my God. That is crazy. That is crazy. Just yapping. Crazy. Yeah, he looks pretty frustrated there in the box. I don't blame him. Bench doesn't look too discouraged yet. I mean, we're over halfway through this game, and the Jets aren't going anywhere offensively by the looks of it. Someone yelled from the bench something. Soft ass riffs. 8:26. And the Wild are able to backhand this down the length of the ice. Jets are going to have to reset 125. Yeah, I'm sorry, chat. I don't know why the program I'm using is not loading up chat on screen. I just have a YouTube tab up though, and I'm reading your guys' chat here. But if that's why I'm not bringing your shit up on screen, it's just because this is literally the last comment that's popped up for me in my program here. So they're bugging out. They're bugging out. They're bugging out more than the Minnesota Wild right now. Jets have it. Right side. Back to the blue line. Been in a funk since Eck is out. Dude, the Wild are under 500 when Eck's out of the lineup. They're over 500 when Eck's in the lineup. .732. Here come the Jets. He is a necessity for this team. Yes, they did. I remember that. That's the year I graduated high school. Scheifele in the circle. Back to the blue line. Shot! Volstead with a beautiful save. A rebound. At least there was someone there diving in front of the rebound. Volstead. Nice blocker save. And oh my God. Backdoor. Off the end wall. And Winnipeg makes it 5-1. At this point, again, it's annoying because that wasn't even Volsted's fault again. He actually had he made the better saves, the harder saves. That backdoor play and look right out of position. He wasn't necessarily in the wrong position, but guy was open. Too far. I mean, he was too far out, right? I'm okay with pulling him now if you want to really come back in this one. At least maybe it gives you some sort of spark. They're not pulling him, though. Again, I don't think this game is on him by any means, but fuck, man. They're not coming back in this one. They're not coming back in this one. By the way, Gabe Vilardi's a fucking stud. I am so happy. I was a fan of Gabe Vilardi when he was drafted, or before he was drafted, and he had so many injuries, and it just didn't work with LA. And goddamn, he has been awesome. Like what is it with the Winnipeg Jets and being able to like rehabilitate guys like Sean Monahan? Okay, now we're starting to get comments, but yeah, Vilardi. Or Sean Monahan comes to Winnipeg Jets. Suddenly he's not injured anymore and has a hell of a season. Looks like the old Sean Monahan. Gabe Vilardi comes to the Winnipeg Jets, not injured anymore, and is now a top center. It took him 5 to 6 years, but finally that top center that that he was projected to be. By the way, Tanner, thank you so much for being a member. Speaking of, you guys have been fucking awesome here. I cannot believe you guys, the chat has been growing. The chat has been growing. Shout out to Vince, by the way. Vince Wright. Go check out his podcast. But let's give out some memberships here. Let's give out some memberships. I think I can give out 5. I've also with another save, and we're going to get a whistle. No TV timeout, but they snuck in a quick one. They snuck in a sneaky one. All right. For all the homies who've been here are, boom, 5 memberships at random. And they went to, who do we got? Oh, fuck. Half Dead Frank, Torque Bo Travs, Urban, and Sully Tool. Fuck the City Life Project. I wish that's me, and I mod the channel when the boys are sometimes on, so I'm kind of pissed that I got the membership because I don't fucking need it. But there you go. that was on YouTube. Man Velarde looking good. Or who else was it? Hey, we'll give up 5 more before I can give out 10 every month. So we'll give up 5 more before the end of the month, guys. Reminder, like and subscribe. I stream at least one Wild game every single week. I'm live every Wednesday for Wildly Informed, and the boys are live every Monday for Judd's Buds. I wish, Big Bear, I wish. Spurgeon shot in the slot and a save by Hellebuck. And now they're going to go to a TV timeout. Jeez. All right, let's take a look at the poll question here, guys. Let's take a look at the poll question. Where are we at? Will Danilov hit 30 points this season? 68% of you say yes. 26% of you say no. 6% say more than 30. He's at 17 points right now. Let's get that players only meeting again soon. I mean, I do not personally think the sky is falling yet. Things have not looked that great though in the last 2 weeks. And despite overall the road trip looking pretty good that they came back from, like I said, I talked to Russo. You guys saw a little clip of it. He did say that there was a couple games that the Wild really didn't deserve to win and were able to crawl back and take. That would be crazy if this was one of those games as well. But this will definitely be one that I think they stay a little longer at the rink here tonight if this continues to go this way. See some fight at least. Only takes a solid period to turn things around. Kirill, yeah. Again, he was really noticeable in the first period. 6-3 Mitchkov finally scored. It had some leaders on that road trip. Yeah, this one's going to be a tough one to climb back in. I mean, I truly think this game is already lost for them. But you need to get something even just for pride. You need to get something even for pride. I mean, Hellebuck, not that the Wild have had the craziest high danger chances in this one, but like some of their best opportunities here, Hellebuck's been dialed to. So leakers. All right. Wild win the face-off. Face-off to the right of Hellebuck, Middleton. Kaprizov in the corner. It's almost like the Wild went like 2 balls to the wall early. Jets were able to like slow them down. I don't want to say gas them out, but let's say slow them down. And as soon as they got momentum, they've just been going at it. Okay, we have a call here. Penalty. And this will be on Winnipeg. Interference. All right, so the Minnesota Wild go back on the power play. They were unsuccessful on their first power play. However, right after they were able to score. Yo, see now, I don't know what's going on with this stream program of mine. Literally got 12 new comments right away. Hey, well, at least I was going to stay up and watch this game anyway. So at least we're all together. And at least I have a little bit of beer. I cracked this to share with a friend earlier. So shout out to the Soviet Slayer. We need it tonight. We need something, Kaprizov. Or Soviet Savior, sorry. We're getting Soviet slayed here tonight by friggin' the Canadian team, goddammit. All right, the Wild reset. 1 minute and 41 seconds on the power play. They enter the zone. Nice move through the neutral zone. Boldy unable to get that backhand off. Boldy sends it around. Zuccarello. Hartman back to Hughes. Hughes. It's beautiful skating there. Gets it to Kaprizov. Back to Hughes. Oh, not quite. Actually goes back to center. Behind the net. Kaprizov. Cross ice. Shot. Nice blocking of that shot by Winnipeg. Cross ice pass. Shot. That puck goes out, rebound in front, and Winnipeg's able to whack this one back down, but Volstead gets it quickly, plays it to Hughes. Jets are going to change. Boldy unable to complete that pass. 45 seconds remaining. Kaprizov. Yurov to Spurgeon. Shot. That goes right and wide. Nice little setup there, though. Back to Kaprizov. Yurov. Kaprizov. Hughes. And shot, but deflected right to Hellebuck. 24 seconds remaining in this power play. We're going to have a face-off to the right of Hellebuck. It actually went off the foot of the defenseman. Offense, man, it's drying up. It's drying up a little bit here. I know Hellebuck's been having a pretty good game. Yurov wins the draw back to Faber. Tarasenko. Faber. Tarasenko. 10 seconds. Back to Faber. Spurgeon. Shot. That doesn't get through, and Minnesota's back to full, or sorry, Minnesota power play over. Back to full strength of the Jets out of the box. Scheifele with the fucking shot and score. Everything is falling apart now. Everything's falling apart now. Crazy how momentum can shift in this game, man, because you would have told me 13 minutes into this game that the Wild are going to lose like this. I would have said you're crazy, man. But it just has been snowballing. It has been snowballing. Rough indeed. Wild need to find scoring again. They can't score. We've seen this early in the season. They need to stay healthy also. I think that they play, like those two things go hand in hand. I think when the body's not right for everybody and there's a lot of guys playing through things, then I think collectively it's tough. That's not an excuse. I think that's a valid reason. But at the end of the day, if you're that hurt, maybe you shouldn't be playing. But at this point, who the fuck are they going to call up? Anyways, this has been a bad game, ladies and gentlemen. Bad game. Well, it's been a bad game after the first 13 minutes. First 13 minutes, I was like, all right, let's go. When is Hellebuck going to let that first one in then? Nope. Little bit of life. I thought Danila Yurov overall has been playing a pretty good game, but other than that, man, there's just been small moments from some of the key players, but my God, Winnipeg are capitalizing on their opportunities. 6-1. Most people would hang up the fucking gloves, though. Hang up the skates. But we're going to stay alive throughout the rest of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if Johansson can at least get a goal. That's what I'm hoping for now, baby. I just want to see another team fucking pay him in his last year in the National Hockey League after he comes away, leaves this season with like 60 points or something like that. Hey, see you later, Big Bear. I know we're losing, but I don't care. We need to pull Wallstead to make a statement to this team. I think Wallstead should have been pulled after this one too. I think maybe they just really want Gustafsson maybe to take the load in the next few games. Final minute of the second period. And yeah, they have just been flat, man. They have been flat here. Maybe they blew their gasket early. And we'll see you on the next one, Big Bear. Hopefully next week things are things are a little bit more fun. 25 seconds. Again, I'm not as black and white in it. I wouldn't go as far to say he's a fucking joke. But I think you give it to Gustafsson. Unless they really are just like, this is lost at this point and it's not on him and he's not broken. Because again, we're not in the room. I don't hate it. I don't think it's all on him, but I think most NHL coaches at this point put the other guy in, right? All right, and that will do it for a rough second period. And like, I didn't think things could get more rough than giving up 2 goals in 30 seconds, right? And in 4 seconds left in a period. But things got more rough, ladies and gentlemen. Things got more rough. 24 shots with Minnesota Wild, 20 for the Winnipeg Jets. Special teams, Wild are 0 for 2. They were able to score right after their first one. Jets are 2 for 4, and they scored their first goal on the 5-on-3. And honestly, that's where things just went downhill, man. It was like the first 13 minutes of the first period was all Wild, other than the shorthanded opportunity, shorthanded partial break by Scheifele that he didn't even hit the net with the puck. And they had like one good cycle before the back-to-back penalties. And it just seems like that was the momentum. That was the kick in the dick, the proverbial kick in the dick that just sent this entire game spiraling downhill. A little bit of life in the second period, like I said. Good to see Yurov, who's been overall one of the only guys who like has been playing good and hasn't been making glaring mistakes and hasn't, in my opinion, been one who you can really blame for this one. I know a lot of people look at the goals and be like, oh, what is going on with the wall of St. Paul? He went from shutout guy to just a friggin' sieve. Again, I don't think he's been the issue in this one. I think there's 2 goals for sure he should have saved. You could argue 3, but at the end of the day, you don't want a goalie giving up 6 goals. I'm not here making excuses for him. Hasn't been a good game for anybody really other than Yurov. But 6 goals, man. 6 goals. But I wouldn't completely blame him either. Jets are taking advantage of their opportunities, man, and capitalizing on them too, which is awesome. Hellebuck's been playing pretty damn good overall, and I said this in the second period. Like, I don't think a lot of these opportunities for the Minnesota Wild are like high danger chances. I'll have to look at the stats after and see how many of them actually were. Regardless, Hellebuck's making the saves he needs to save, and some of those sneaky shots are coming through traffic. He's been tracking very, very well. And in fairness to the Jets, they've been playing tight defense. They've been getting in front of shooting lanes, and they've been forcing turnovers. A lot of them, especially in this second period. So, I would have said if the second period was a little bit more competitive, I wouldn't say this, but like so far the Jets are, well deserving of where they are right now. And maybe this Wild team is as banged up as we project them to be. And that after just a grueling 15 minutes of trying to keep the Jets out of their zone, and for the most part they did, and battling in the neutral zone to regain the puck, maybe that was just too much. And once they started to break a little bit, mentally after those 3 goals, the physicality started to take its toll as well. I don't know. That's one of the. I'm just trying to find answers. I'm just trying to find answers. But anyways, let's get back to the chat here. Let's get back to the chat. Bro, the Wild gassed. They definitely look dejected now. 6 goals on 20 shots is not great. To be honest, you should have saved 3 out of the 6. I said you could argue 3 out of them. I say for sure 2. Wish we had Brazorin. I wish we had who's Nadinov right now. Guy's a freaking stud, man. 2006, the Atlanta Thrashers. Yeah, I know when the Atlanta Thrashers moved. Who hasn't been affiliated with the Chicago Wolves? What a horseshit game. Got to fire Hines? That's crazy. Oh, yeah, you're the guy who just thinks the sky is falling all the time. I remember you. Maybe it's part of the mild tank to not face Dallas in the first round. I don't think they're going that strategic. What happened in that Quinn breakaway? I mean, I don't think it was a trip, but Hellebuck sprawled and hit the puck first, and then he was just toppled over him. Because he like sprawled and whacked at the puck. Puck went to the right, and Hughes went tumbling over him. Good to see you, Horror Docs. I wish it was in better circumstances. But you know what? We'll rinse this one off. They'll win on the weekend when I'm not streaming. They'll go on a fucking 4 or 5 games. They'll probably go on like 3 or 4 games win streak or win 3 out of the next 4. I'll stream next week and they'll fucking lose again because that's just what happens. I'm under. Wait, I think now I'm officially under 500. I'll have to double check. But I got back to 500 as far as like streaming and the Wild actually win the game. Oh man. All right. What other clips do I have for you guys here today? Again, if you haven't already, go check out the interview we did with Michael Russo. That dropped yesterday. Yes, that dropped yesterday. Full Russo interview here. What else do we got for you guys? All right, so I want to say a big thank you to everybody who joined us throughout the holiday season. I know Brett and I took a step back for like 3 weeks as I covered pretty much, I don't want to say all the games, but a ton of World Junior Hockey. That is, in my opinion, the best tournament in sports. That is my favorite time of the year for hockey personally. And it's just awesome that, I help out with this channel. And then I'm able to cover games on that channel, or on this channel, especially World Junior games. We covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the games, and we had a great turnout for every single one. I know a lot of you were like, "Oh, you should get back to the friggin' Wild streams." We are back with the Wild streams again. Wish it was in better circumstances, but we will continue to stream 1 Wild game minimum every single week. We'll try to sneak in 2 if we can. But again, big shout out to everyone who hung out with us and helped grow the channel too. We didn't hit our goal of 3,000 subscribers by the end of the World Juniors, but we got close. We're just shy of 2,900. So I think we're at like 130 subscribers short of our goal of 3,000. So we'll definitely hit it for Olympics, and we'll have a lot of Olympic coverage as well. But yeah, thank you to everybody. We really appreciate it. Speaking of the World Juniors, I know a lot of you guys watched it. I know because a lot of you were in the chat. I know the U.S. didn't, and primarily American viewership here in the chat. I know the U.S. I don't even want to say disappointed. Maybe didn't play as well as we hoped they would, given the tools and guys they had this year. But so maybe the local interest just wasn't there as much as the tournament went on. But for the hardcore hockey fans, and I know a lot of you guys who subscribe to the channel aren't just Minnesota Wild fans. You guys are very much hockey fanatics. A lot of people, despite him ending the tournament second in scoring with 14 points in, I believe it was 8 games, Gavin McKenna. A lot of people are saying that Gavin McKenna fell out or will fall out of that number 1 draft spot, and that Ivor Stenberg took his place based off his, season of play A being pretty damn good, and some people thinking that Gavin McKenna, who just turned 18 in college hockey, is disappointing. And there's definitely an argument there. I thought he'd be a little bit more comfortable, but what do you guys think? Do you think that he will forfeit that spot? Do you think it's still too early to tell and you can have an answer for me by the end of Bo Stenberg and his season? Or do you think that, I've seen enough to say that if you have the first overall, you should go with the Swede? My hot take overall is Whether he gets drafted first overall or not, I think he should stay at Penn State for one more year. I mean, he should be graduating high school this year, right? But he's already done high school and went to college early. So anyways, I bring all that up. We'll leave you guys in this quick break. We'll take our second intermission break here. Come back in the third period for more play-by-play commentary. And I'll read more of your guys' chat of the freaking ceiling falling. But full video, I'll link in the chat here. Here's Hoppy and Z talking about the draft stock of Gavin McKenna potentially falling. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, and we'll be right back for this third period.
After this tournament, who is Z's first overall?
I mean, I go back and forth, like, and it's weird because I thought he was really good this tournament, but people are shitting on him because of the expectation, even though, like, when you just look at the line he was playing on, he was never going to be the driver. But Gavin McKenna, I still think, is going to be first overall from here. Now, there's just way too many special aspects to his game. I thought there was a little bit more, or there's more, he was more engaged, more involved on and off puck at the tournament that he has been at Penn State.
But was
the semifinal game was not great, but like when you just look at he finishes with 14 points in 7 games.
Yeah.
And some of the passes it's the bronze medal game, but some of the passes he pulled off earlier today were absurd.
Yeah.
I just look at you, just like when I look at like game breakers, he is that guy that, like, I think there's obviously a lot more he needs to do to just be less on the perimeter, less of a periphery guy. But like when you look at the line he's playing on, he wasn't going to be driving that line. And he still finishes 2 points per game. So I still take him just with the special things that he has in his toolkit.
Sure.
Stenberg's right there though, just his ability to affect the game overall.
Yeah. I guess my argument, because I'm not sitting here like shitting on McKenna. I thought he had a fine tournament. I just think that anyone that had anything to say about McKenna battling for the first overall pick said he needs to come out and have a special tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't, which I don't think that that's like fair to purely grade on. But like you talk about the special talent, the special qualities, those absolutely exist. And you saw them in flashes.
Mm-hmm.
Are they special enough that you're banking on him figuring out the rest of not being a perimeter player, of like actually playing a full 60 minutes? I guess not full 60, but you know what I mean? like
60 minutes in the NHL.
Only Quinn Hughes is allowed to do that. Only Quinn Hughes. I guess for me, and it's not the way to draft, but if I'm splitting hairs right now, I thought Stenberg had an awesome tournament, and Stenberg is an NHL player. I can see a world where Gavin McKenna isn't. Can't you?
No, I can't see him possibly not being an NHL player.
You can't see him not working out and flailing out after. Okay.
No, I think that he's just too fucking good.
Maybe not working out is wrong, but it's like just not being that level of player. I don't know.
Like, I think he, like, realistically, let's say he doesn't hit, like, let's say he doesn't come close to like the highs that we know that he can hit, like just on his pure talent and ability alone. Like, I still think his floor in the NHL is like, he's going to give you 20, 25 goals, 40, 45, 50 assists every year. And like,
that's his floor.
Even if he could do that from the periph, like that's pretty impressive. Again, like and the thing is, like, before he went and played college hockey, before he went to Penn State, like, we've seen him dominate. Like, the U18s as a draft -1, he was fucking outrageous. Like, I'm
not arguing that. And the talent is special. Like, everyone knows that. But for me, it's not. There's a version of him being quote unquote disappointing in college hockey. Yeah. And me still being like, hey, it's okay. It's a speed bump year. It's the way he's doing it.
Right. Yeah. Again, way too on the perimeter. No
timid.
Inside
He is
game.
outside the play. He doesn't give two shits about going to the other end of the ice. Like, those are the things that have to scare you a little bit if you're the one that's going up to the podium to pick him.
Yeah. And the way that I should have started this is like, I think I still lean McKenna just with that special ability and the upside and the play, like what I've seen him do and take over tournaments like this before. That being said, if I'm taking that pick first overall, part of me is like, God damn it, I think Stenberg might have a pretty good chance of, like, even if he doesn't have the same highs as McKenna, like affecting the game in all three zones. I mean, he's out there killing penalties. He's out there, scores the empty netter today. So he's out there defending a 1-goal game in a gold medal as a 17, 18-year-old. Like, that's ridiculous. And like just a dominant performance in this gold medal game. So I think part of me is just like, who knows? It could be me just like banking on the full track record of McKenna. Just again, we've seen what he can do.
I mean, that's
We've
what you
seen him
have to do at this point. It's fair.
Right. It's like there's just too many special qualities. That's why I still probably right now, and again, honestly, in a month or two, given what fucking Stenberg's doing in the SHL, it's a weird thing where I'd lean McKenna, and at the same time, I was like, I think I'd feel safer with Stenberg, but at the same time, like if I'm going first overall, and like this is actually
no one wants first overall.
This is so many scouts that I've talked to are like, our teams are like, we kind of hope maybe we get the second or third pick. like this is not which is weird.
Hang on. Like, with that in mind, of course you want to pick your guy at the end of the day, but like, if you're playing it like we don't want to pick the wrong guy and we just want to take what falls to us, how far down do you think that trend goes? Is it 3, 4, 5?
Honestly, I don't think it goes much past 2, maybe 3. Because I think, like, especially if you watch this tournament and just watch the SHL tape from Stenberg, and I mean, even like as a draft -1, the SHL playoffs from Stenberg last year were insane. Like, he's a pro hockey player right now. So like, you probably just are praying that you get 2 and that they take McKenna, and you probably feel better taking Stenberg. It's just, again, like, I'm leading on there's just too many special qualities that McKenna has in his toolkit. And like, he didn't dominate like we said we wanted to. Again, he was really fucking good. I thought he was really, I mean, the thing is, like, he was a connector more than anything. But again, some of the
I'm okay with that.
off.
No, some of the plays were great. Like, I absolutely stopped and was like, oh,
rub off on
that
you and the rest of the team.
What's a rub off means?
How much do you learn from that?
Okay. I used to see the different.
How gratifying is it for you? And I'm sure you had some doubters there along the way, the last 12 months.
A couple of them. Obviously, when you're struggling as well, you read a lot of stuff about yourself. It becomes and you're like, oh, it wasn't my fault. Oh, this guy is thinking I'm shit. Oh, I'm a bust. Oh, everything. It's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault. But then you kind of get into that bad cycle. But then obviously when you're succeeding now, it's like, okay, you're just laughing at all the comments you've got throughout the way. You're like, oh, you didn't think I was gonna get here. You all of you guys thought I was a bust already after one bad year out of my whole career. So in that way, it feels kind of good to prove just a little bit, even though it's a small sample size, and I've only played 7 games now. A lot of hockey left, but it
What's up, guys? We are back for the third period, and the Gus Bus is in net. I am glad to see that Walsa doesn't look broken on the bench by any means, but you got to do it. You got to do it. Down by 5 with a score of 6-1. You got to do it. We are back for third period play-by-play commentary, reaction, and of course, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. Again, I don't know what game Hot Takes is watching. Hot Takes is always watching a different hockey game than us. It's really interesting. He's watching Pittsburgh Flyers right now. All right, here we go. Third period. Let's well, they're playing for pride at this point. Thomas, do I sell my Detroit and Florida tickets or go and be miserable? You do whatever you want, man. I'm telling you one thing. I'm going to watch. If I have the opportunity to go to NHL games, I'm going. I have less opportunities to go than people think. So you do you, man. You do you. I love how two games they look bad in 2 games, and Wild fans are like, oh yeah, no, we suck. 82 game season, guys. You forget there's highs, you forget there's lows. What's up with the month of January? The Wild have some sort of bug in the month. Can't win games. It is funny how like last year wasn't that great either. I think they're banged up, man. I think they're banged up, and when everybody is nursing something, like it's weird that like there's not even just one little standout right now. But if it's also a little mental, if it's also a little between the ears, they got to get their shit together here soon, because the hole is just going to get deeper. I think we've looked terrible since the third loss from the Sharks. 1903. They need a healthy Eck, but is that even possible this season? Wild dump it back in. Just in the last 3 games, same shit last year. The month of January, everyone was sucking eggs. The teams are nursing stuff too. It comes down to mental toughness. Yeah, and other teams are going through. I think you guys forget that other teams lose hockey games too. Not every team except for the Wild has plot armor. This one is tough though, because this was supposed to be the winnable game out of the most winnable game out of the next few. And the Jets come away with it. This third period is just going to be rough. Because the Jets are just shutting it down too, right? Wild shot from slot rebound, and Hellebuck makes the save. Sean, so we did a collaboration with Back Channel Brewing here. This is the Soviet Savior, which we really need the Soviet Savior to fucking do something in this game. It is a tribute to Kirill Kaprizov. And it is an Imperial Stout. It is the 2025 Soviet Slayer, which is an Imperial Stout that Back Channel Brewing does every single year. But it's aged with White Russian coffee, which gives it a little bit of almost a little bit of a vanilla kick. Now, I usually don't drink on weekdays, or I haven't been, but I opened the bottle to give a friend of mine a taste earlier. So we're capping it off here tonight, guys. And we're going to need it to wash away our sorrows a little bit. Other teams also don't have to roll out Foligno, Jojo Senko, and Vinny. I mean, Johansson's had an excellent year, so that's a dumb thing to say. Tarasenko is way better than everybody. Or no, I shouldn't say way better, but better than everybody's. Everybody's treating him like Gustav Nyquist right now, and he's going to get 35, 40 points on the season probably. And Hinnestros is a 4th liner. You know what I mean? So, yeah, not the best comment there. Not the best comment. This huge trade worked out for the Wild. Like Herschel Walker worked out for the Vikings. Damn, you guys are really, you lose 2 games and the sky is falling. I should be used to it by now. I've been in Minnesota for 4 years, but here's my reasoning on why this team is shit. We have like 1 line and 3 4th lines. I think 3 4th lines is a stretch. I would say 1 top line and 2 third lines. And then like the 4th line doesn't, I would say this, the 4th line doesn't even exist. They don't even have an NHL 4th line. They have an AHL line for their 4th line. That's a bit of a stretch. No, I think you calling the 4th line is a stretch, my man. They don't even have a 4th line. They have 2 third lines and then AHL. Hey, Chris Cushman, giving a membership. Let's go. Thank you, Chris. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I still think the Wild will manage to take this to OT. There's no way. The Lil Russian so overrated for the money. Kirill Kaprizov? My favorite Ottawa Center goal song is Blur. Song 2. Woohoo! Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's good to see you, by the way. Dude, 1 championship tomorrow is at 5:30 a.m. for me. Are you kidding me? 3 games in a row and have been handing OT well. I just hope February is better. Well, it's going to be interesting because there's going to be the Olympic break and a lot of our guys are going. That fourth line would cook in the AHL. Well, I mean, they would do good. They would do good. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, this guy's delusional. Says the guy who literally doesn't even watch the games. Oh, but yeah, it's a little delusional. There's a fine line between hopeful, positive. Never mind, it's not a fine line. Yo, Chris Cushman giving out a number of membership. Let's go. Yo, at least Chris Cushman here is trying to bring some positivity. All these Wild fans think their season's over. Chris Cushman's like, I don't even watch hockey, but here's a membership. Hey, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Did Ben Jones get his number retired yet? Oh, God. I mean, they need some banners, right? Number 1 fans, Ben Jones, first goal, not number 1 goal, first goal. Almost 5 minutes into this third period, shots 27-21 for the Wild. Given the fact they are trailing by 5. I think Moose and Vinny would cook down here in DSM. I think the Buccaneers could handle 17 and 18. They can't. They got one-way deals. Or at least Moose anyways. Dude, Foligno's like, stop talking crazy. Foligno's not going to the AHL. And Hinestroza, honestly, shouldn't even be on this team if they were fucking healthy and had a little bit of bottom 6 depth. Hinestroza, sure. He'd probably do very well. But Foligno's not going to the AHL. That's almost as delusional as this comment. From Western Canada, I moved to help build the Sota pod. Volstat. The Atlanta Gladiators, ECHL, is currently using the old goal song, Gary Glitter, Rock and Roll Part 2. Where are you getting all these stats, by the way? I love the stats. You've been a stat machine throughout this entire game, and I applaud you. I think sucks is incredibly disrespectful. Definitely not in his prime anymore. But yeah, saying he sucks is crazy. And just, again, from like some non-pro athlete. It's like when people are like, oh, I can knock out that MMA fighter. He sucks. I do MMA streams too. He fucking sucks. It's like, all right, dude. I'm just saying the Des Moines Buccaneers would eat up Moose all day long. Oh, I mean, they would love to have an NHL player. We should package up Marcus and Ryan for a bag of pucks. They can probably get more for a bag of pucks this year for Marcus. Bruce said Hino hasn't done nothing for the team. Back on the power play, by the way, Logan Stanley took penalties. He was battling in the corner there. Mostly just reading chat, guys. I mean, shot by Boldy, good save by Volstead. You can see the frustration on Boldy's face. We're mostly just reading chat right now, guys, because unless you want me to do play-by-play, more focus for this third period. If there's anybody who's like driving out there or anything like that, who's like, yo, we're here for updates on the game, not for you just interact the whole time, just let me know. But just like how I think the Wild have checked out in this one. Oh yeah, Boldy didn't get that shot off clean. Yeah, early in the season, I didn't mind Hinestroza as far as just like his ability to get the puck in deep. Like his speed was good. He did his job, carry the puck in deep, get the change, but hasn't offered anything other than that. Please, no. I'm here for the rant. Let's go. Oh! Shot by Spurgeon. Matter of fact, this Back to the minors for Wallstedt. Again, he didn't even have a bad game. This game is not on Wallstedt. And if you guys think it is, you didn't watch the collapse in the first period. Show the game now. And again, I think it's the right decision to pull him. But yeah, especially in the first period. Like, no one was there on the rebound, and he made the really good initial save. And like 5-on-3, you're going to blame him. So definitely not the issue. This is on the players fucking collapsing defensively. And it literally, and we all saw it, and right at the, after going down only by 1 goal, momentum shifted so much, and it seemed like just the players on the ice in front of the netminder, and especially the forwards, just all that pressure they had to keep the Jets in the neutral zone, winning the neutral zone battles, getting in front of those passing plays. It just all was gone. It went from like the Jets couldn't even get over the Wild's blue line to the Wild couldn't even get the puck out of the neutral zone or clear their zone for more than like 30 seconds after the Jets got it. And it was just like, it was so quickly. And then that momentum kind of carried over for most of the second period. Franchise needs to move. I don't think they have any issue selling tickets or anything like that. Actually, I know for a fact they don't. So there's no reason for them to move. Hot takes. No, I just watched the game. I just watch hockey. 11:52. I'd say 3 goals were ones he probably should have saved. And like, it wasn't a great game for him by any means, but I don't think he's the reason they're losing. I'm way more blaming the collapse of the players because literally we're watching the game, right? Only one moving out is the GM. I don't even think he's on the hot seat right now. This team's built to bow out round 1. We aren't just a center away. It's a center and a winger. It's arguably maybe some size too. Team refuses to take a puck up the ice, constantly flips puck up the ice to be turned over. Definitely after the first period. First period they weren't though. Here Billy G is really close to signing John Mayer to an $800K by 8. Hey, that's value for term there, Horror Ducks. That's value for term. Horror Ducks at least has a sense of humor about this. Everyone else is legit about to throw the toaster in the bath with them. Which I'm going to say, please don't. Your life is valued. Johansson brought it through the slot, but then lost it. It feels so weird even just doing like play-by-play for this one, but we do have 10 minutes left. And for the 1 or 2 Jets fans who are listening going, we're just loving this. Thanks for sticking around. 10:46. And for those who are excited to watch some violence tomorrow morning, One Championship Muay Thai is back, baby. Oh, it starts at 5:30 a.m. I'll be live for the full 6-hour show. So if you guys are waking up with your coffee in time for like the main portion of the card, hit up the City Life Project. I'll share the link later in the chat before we wrap up. But back for Muay Thai every Friday morning, baby. And it's a damn good card. It's a damn good card. I saw my Steelers get demolished and Mike Tomlin retired a legendary 19 seasons. I'm ready for some dark days for them. Can't wait to be in Daytona for the 500 and not let the Wild ruin my nights anymore. We'll let NASCAR do it. Well, that just should be a fun party overall, eh, Thomas? I hear kind of like going to like a few of those golf tournaments. Like the vibes per 60 are through the roof. Did you see the ECHL strike? Yes. Like right after Olympics and a little bit before playoffs, there's obviously going to be a little bit of a lull. And I think Brett and I are going to do a deep dive of what went on and what the current state is at that point of the season with the ECHL and everything going on. Honestly, I'd be trading Jared Spurgeon or Brodeen. I think Spurgeon you can probably still move, but he has the no move, so harder to trade. I truly think, hot takes, if Brodeen was healthy, they could move him. I just don't think they can. He's too broken. And like when he's healthy, he has value, but he's never healthy enough in a stretch these days. This season in particular, right? So I just don't think they can move him right. I just don't think this season they can. And at this point, it's not even like pennies on the dollar. It's just like maybe make some space and, you know, bring in some of the young guys and see if they got or whatever. But like, I just think like I wouldn't trade for a guy who you have to give up a little bit of something because he's a good player. But at the same time, you're not getting a guarantee if he can even fucking stay healthy enough to play for you. Again, guys, what value does he have broken? In my opinion, zero. There might be a team that bites on him, but I don't think it's... I think he has to prove to teams that he can play some fucking games. And this season's been worse than others, I will say, because it's just been like... There hasn't been... He's been able to play 40 games, then he's out for, 8. Plays another, 20... and then it's just been so like he plays a few here, he's out a few. And now on LTIR, it's like he's been playing through shit all year, which is just unfortunate. And man, I'm surprised Eck hasn't been put on the shelf with how banged up he's been. Thank God it hasn't been anything too serious, but it's like a lot of little things that are adding up. Edmonton will take him so they don't have to play him anymore. Brody needs to go. Can't even stay healthy. Already injured for like the 5th time this season. He's just made out of glass. I don't think he's made I mean, maybe now he's made out of glass, but he's been a fucking horse for this team for so long that, defensemen who play like that, first guys to go into the corner too, it's going to take it. So, but again, Brian, you keep saying like he needs to go. Like, what does that even mean? How are they going to get rid of him? Are they going to buy him out with 2 years left? I don't think they're going to do that. That's the thing. Brodin is like Klingberg before the drop-off. Young guys are winning, bringing young talent and develop them. Our power play is poo-poo. Caden Smith, that's definitely what it stands for here tonight. And honestly, the last couple games. But yeah, it's just, frustrations are boiling over this week, and I totally get it. They need to be better. These last few weeks have not been that Wild that resurrected from the near dead we saw early this season. Minnesota Wild rebuild begins 2027 if Hughes doesn't re-sign, which most likely he won't, and the team will look very bad. I think most likely still a stretch. I think there's still... I'm still on the small percentage above 500 that he stays. But, they have to do something for it not to shift under and then see ya. I mean, again, I don't think I'm arguing or disagreeing that, like, things need to change, but you guys are fucking overreacting, and I am here for it. Trade him in the offseason. Anyone would take him. Again, I disagree. Edmonton would gladly take him. For what, Brian? The Wild aren't going to give him up for free, my man. So I disagree. Anyone will not take him for the price that the Wild will want back for one of their top 4 defensemen. The Wild aren't just going to be like, he's broken, take him. Like, it just doesn't work like that. I don't think they're going to give him away. I don't think there'll be a compromise on both ends. You have to upgrade top 6 for him to return. Yep. I want Zuki to be back. If he retired, I would be just as happy. I agree with that too. He's not coming back for any load of money. And if he does come back, it's like this team needs some depth anyways, and not that he scores, but I have no issue with bringing him back. No, why are we bringing in a nurse? No. All right, let's fix a problem by adding another problem. I've been just as frustrated as everyone else with this Homestead, but can we stop with the trade? Everyone's yeah, Caden, everyone's just overreacting tonight. Glad Caden is like, Caden, somebody on my level. Oh. Again, there's like one Winnipeg fan that's like listening in here who hasn't been typing, who's just like, I don't even care if he's not doing play-by-play for this third period. He's like, this is awesome. I'm loving this. Division rival loves this right now. They've been absolutely spanking the Wild here tonight, though. So if you are listening, any Winnipeg Jets fans here, you know, you have full red carpet to take a little bit of a victory lap here. Just keep it tame. Just keep it tame. Oh, all right. TV timeout, guys. TV timeout. Hopefully, they make Buffalo look human again. Bro, I mean, hot takes. I don't hate that personally at all. Look at us on the same page for once. Look at us. Actually, no, we were on the same page yesterday with your comment as well. I forget what it was, but we were on the same page for it. I don't mind that at all because it's like, if there's, you know, it's I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Would I rather have an O'Reilly on this team because I think it's lower cost? I mean, if you can swing that shirt, because I don't think Kadri's gonna completely, because he has 3 years left on his deal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's gonna completely nosedive and, you know, dry up offensively. My whole thing with liking, and I'm not saying they need O'Reilly. If they bring him in, sweet. If they don't, whatever. I just think they won't have to spend too much to bring him in, and it still gives them time to maybe make one last, and it's not going to be easy, but it gives them time anyways to at least make that splash before the deadline, the rebuild deadline, the not rebuilding deadline of Hughes hasn't signed, you know, our last offer to Hughes. Hughes hasn't signed yet, so. Trevor Van Riemsdyk is the future. Isn't he the now? To be fair, I've wanted a few of these guys traded to the start of the season. See, that's a great question because with Robert Thomas, I feel like you kind of have to go, like, that's your guy. Like, you can't, like, you're not really going to go big game hunting unless you flip Robert Thomas again. And you get, like, again, saying Hughes level is crazy because, like, but you know what I mean. So for me, that's like two different timelines. I like Ryan O'Reilly if the Wild are still gonna try to make one more big splash. He leaves, his contract's done, and they move on. Again, easier said than done, but if that's the goal, the plan, their vision, then I like Ryan O'Reilly. If Robert Thomas, then I think you go with him and try to just beef out the depth or maybe give a young guy an opportunity and see if he pops. But you're giving up less. I don't think you have to give up Wallstat for either of them, which is at least at the end of the day, you still have two goalies. Where if you go that big game hunting, I think Wallstat is your last big piece you have to trade, kind of like Zeev, right? Stamkos is. We're talking about Brodin being broken. Fucking love Steven Stamkos, man, but keep him away from the Twin Cities. Haula, I don't mind. Ryan O'Reilly, just contract-wise right now, makes sense, I think. Zook and JoJo are probably both retiring. This team with no playmakers will hurt next year. I think Zook will come back. I truly think JoJo is going to sign somewhere else. I think some team is going to give him max $2 million, but they're going to give him something. 1.5 maybe. If you can even consider both those guys playmakers. Zook definitely more than Johansson. Johansson's just kind of good everywhere, not great anywhere but his speed. Well, another week and we'll start getting shut out too. This team is something drastically wrong on top of non-existent power play. Well, it's pretty evident what's wrong, Bob, and they're hurt right now. Depth is depleted, and I think some guys are playing through some injury. Russo all but confirmed that on Fellowship of the Rink. I like the old goal song, Gary Glitter, Rock and Roll Part 2. Hey, that's not to say something doesn't have to give, though. I just think it's pretty evident what the issue is. There's not even any high danger chances coming up here. And it's not like the Jets made it hard for them and took away their opportunities. Just like they just weren't able, I mean, in the first period anyways, they just weren't able to execute. A lot like in that New Jersey game. So we'll see if, like, again, just how healthy is at getting back in the lineup and how much of a difference is it going to make? That's one of the biggest questions I have going into the next few games. Krill, I mean, that would require him to have a vagina. I was talking with Billy about it. Should be healed by the playoffs. Interesting. I didn't know we were watching this. See, that's the thing. I think you're just watching the PWHL. 450, which PWHL fucking solid hockey. Sucks for my freaking Golden Eyes, but hey, they're expansion team. Go Frost, baby. 4 minutes and 38 seconds in this period was exactly what we projected to be. The Jets just friggin' shutting it down. And unlike the first period where the Wild were the ones dictating the pace, the Wild were the ones in the Jet zone anyways, forcing the Jets to either bite left or right when they were moving the puck, and they had some really nice cross-ice passes and plays, but that all dried up after those back-to-back penalties. You know what? That is true. World Juniors are fun. You should definitely do that again. Every year. This is, I think, the third year we've done the streams for those on the channel. It was cool. We had a lot of like non-hockey fans, non-regular hockey fans anyways, casual hockey fans join us for World Juniors, and it was awesome. Yeah, unfortunately, no fighting. It's like freaking college hockey, but they at least allow hitting, which is awesome. And that has drastically increased interest, I swear. I think it's a subliminal interest to some of these fans, but it really, like, wow, allow the women to hit. And it ain't fucking ringette anymore. Trenton is so improved on everything except puck handling. That's horrible. It's one of those things where if he doesn't have it now in his career, I don't think he's ever going to have it at the NHL level, but I do like what he brings. It just sucks that, like, when no one else is going, you can't really lean on him for that offense. Final 3 minutes. At least Gus didn't get scored on. At least Gus didn't get scored on. 250. Can they get at least something going here for some pride? Puck in front of the net, and there's a shot and score. Johansson, hey, what did I say? That's a win for me. I said, as long as Johansson gets a point, I'm happy. As long as Johansson can continue to pad his stats so fucking Washington can sign him for a $1.5 million contract next year. When Palat retires, he can go back to New Jersey. New Jersey can sign him for a $1.5 million contract. All I care is that Johansson gets paid next year and that he gets paid not from the Minnesota Wild. All right, 6-2. Nice pass from Boldy to Johansson. Don't call it a comeback. Oh, Sandrock, like I said, I appreciate the positivity or delusion or somewhere in between. 3:23 remaining. Watch the Jets answer again. Jojo with the goal. Next year. Which, honestly, I don't like. I mean, as a fan, I was sick. We get 2 more fucking games. Dude. That was another thing Russo talked about with us. We got into a lot, actually, on that, like, 40 minutes. But that's another thing with how just banged up everybody is, man. Shouldn't we, like, have less games for more quality hockey? But no. Money talks, and they want to milk this shit. Honestly, wouldn't have any hurt feelings if Jojo, Zugi, Senko, and Foligno weren't here next year. Tarasenko is most likely not going to be. Look, when all is said and done, Tarasenko's going to get what? 35, 40 points they got him for free. What other depth guy is he really taking the place of right now? I don't understand all the fucking hate for him. If they would have traded for him or like had to or like signed him, that's one thing, but Jojo will probably not be, and if he does, it will be on the same type of contract again, so whatever. Foligno, unfortunately, is stuck with him for another year. And Zuki, we'll see. I think he'll probably sign, not like team-friendly deal. But I agree that I think Foligno's best days are over, and it's like it almost, not always, because he was physical in this game. Not that it really mattered, but it's like it seems like he's been a little bit more of an anchor than, than helping this team as of late. 41 seconds. Those two-way guys don't grow on trees either these days. Honestly, I still think there shouldn't be 32 teams in the NHL. It makes it more watered down. Imagine the skill there would be from every team if there was only 18 teams. I disagree, because then we wouldn't even see the best players. We wouldn't even see all the best players in the world. And the KHL would be fucking huge. If there were only 18 teams, the KHL would, I won't say bigger, because it just can't, like, it's like UFC versus ACA. You probably don't even know what ACA is exactly. But if the UFC only had 4 divisions, ACA would be the biggest league on the planet, right? Because they have the other best players / fighters in the world. So I disagree. I think the KHL or one of those leagues over there, some businessman would get in, fund it, and boom. It would be, as far as talent-wise, they would get more. Or as much anyways. Not more, but they'll get as much, so. It wouldn't, though. It wouldn't, because they wouldn't be able to pay. You know what I mean? It would still be a thing. It would still be minors, but they would not have even close to the best players compared to like the other leagues out there. I get what you're saying, but like 18 is crazy. That's it for the game, by the way, guys. That's it for the game. Emotional damage. I wish we could convince Moose to go play with Nick on some shitty team somewhere right up into the sunset. Yeah, again, unrealistic. I would like Kubo to be in instead of Foligno. You know, I didn't mind his appearance, actually. And you know what, Brian? That's a good example of a guy who, like, all right, let's see if he can play that style and fill in that role. I didn't even notice that was O'Reilly there on that commercial. Anyways, guys, not much more to get into. That third period was exactly what we thought it was going to be. The Jets just shut it down. The Wild did get a goal. Johansson, set up by Boldy, got a goal. Johansson continuing to pad his record. Like I said, I just want to see him get rewarded for this 6th season he's having on the score sheet anyways. But yeah, third game in a row, disappointing for the Wild. For me, this one was just as bad or worse than the New Jersey game, given that the first, even more, 80%, 75, 80% of that first period, the Wild were dominating everywhere except for the score sheet. They shoot themselves in the foot, and everything that they were doing good in the first period just completely collapsed. Little sign of life in one of the best players tonight in Danila Yurov. He was rewarded with the goal. Good. He was one who actually deserved it, given that he had the most dog in him tonight. But yeah, well-deserved win from the Jets. Played defense early, survived the 13-minute onslaught by the Wild, and then the Wild just fucking momentum swung in the Jets' favor, and it never went back. Final comments here, and then we'll hang up the gloves because I got to get to bed here soon. I'm streaming an and covering Muay Thai at 5:30 a.m. Central, bro. Central. The show freaking starts at 4:30 Eastern. Are you kidding me? Anyway, so we'll be up for that, and I will let you guys know where you can find me there in a bit. But let's get to that last comments here. Which one was that? Let's send him to Chicago to play with his brother. He looked noticeable. Yeah, no, I thought so too. NHL isn't like the NFL where they need a 17-game schedule. Expansion teams would be a hard market for the NHL, whereas you can market a specific NHL or specific MMA fighter. That's what I'm talking about. Hot takes. We'll send them to Chicago for a couple jocks. Wild are going to make a run in the playoffs. The 2026 NHL trade deadline is still far off, not until Friday, March 6, 2026 at 3 p.m. Thanks for the gift. Hey, thank you much, Steve McQuinn. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you for hanging out with us as always, Endless Bane. Thank you guys. Give a big shout out to Chris Cushman. He is a mod and he's a longtime community member of my second channel, the City Life Project. This is obviously a collective channel. Like, this is not my channel. This is the Sota Pod, right? This is Hoppy, Z, Mateo, Joe Smith, Brett Marshall. Like, we're all a collective here, and we all play a little bit of a part in building parts of the channel, and also just covering what we like. But my channel, that is just me and Kyle, my friend Kyle, but that doesn't matter for you guys here. Chris is rolling his eyes. This is my channel. I do kind of the same thing. I host Fight Companions and Watch Party covering combat sports. So not just mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, kickboxing, the whole 9 yards. And tomorrow, bright and early, we got Muay Thai returning. It's free on YouTube. Just look up One Championship. It's some of the most violent fighting you will ever watch. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. It ain't Prime Show MMA, but it's unbelievable. So yeah, we cover a little bit of everything here, and I've been posting a lot of fighter highlights now. And yeah, some of the Sota Pod content that I am part of sees the light of day on this channel too. But I've been posting highlights of prospects in the UFC as well. So if you guys do follow the UFC in particular, I do post highlights and just crazy stories in the world of mixed martial arts as well. And if I'm ever involved in any of the interviews here on the Sota Pod, you can see those on City Life as well. So bright and early tomorrow morning, guys. Bright and early. So thank you to everybody who donated. This was a rough one for the boys. Well, pour it out. Time to go to bed. Time to recover. They got some hot teams ahead of them coming up. Buffalo, Toronto finally having some life. Oh, and this is not a good way to kind of start off what we hoped would be the turnaround after that New Jersey collapse. But I will be back next week. Hopefully, we're all in a bit more good spirits as a result of the Wild winning. But until then, catch up on Fellowship of the Rink. Join us on the City Life Project. Find us wherever you get your podcasts from. Last few comments. This game equals ass. This team right now equals ass. 97 right now. Name most of the season has been complete ass. That is all. Carry on, my wayward son. I just imagine you singing, you in that profile picture singing that right now. Kramer, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Muhammad Usman suspended 30 months. At least he was suspended more than Goozy, baby. Resign Goozy. Fuck Muhammad Usman. And I am out, ladies and gentlemen. I am out. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
The right way. How much does that rub off on you and the rest of the team?
What's a rub off means?
How much do you learn from that?
Okay.